Amazon's revenue from PPC advertising hit almost $40 billion in 2023. It is slowly becoming Amazon's highest revenue stream. Amazon benefits from sellers creating campaigns on their platform, charging them money for every click that they receive. They're basically taking advantage of their platform and making as much money as they can from their sellers. But for a seller's point of view, is Amazon PPC campaigns still worth it? Pay-per-click campaigns on Amazon are the only way to advertise on Amazon. The only other way to advertise is through campaigns outside of Amazon. Now, pay-per-click campaigns are campaigns that you set up manually. You go to your campaign manager, then you click on Create Campaign, and then you choose which campaign you'd like. There's a sponsored product campaign, which is the most common type of campaigns for sellers. This campaign is targeted for promoting individual products. The way that you set up this campaign, you either manually put the list of all the keywords that you want to target. There's also an automatic way which you depend on Amazon's algorithm to do all this work. Now, setting up this campaign depends on your product research and what your product is and your product category. But making a good sponsored product campaign would increase visibility and increase sales. The next type of campaign that you can do on Amazon is sponsored brands. Now, this is exactly how it sounds like. If you have a brand that you want to promote, this type of campaign could be a good idea for you, because instead of targeting one product, you target your brand, which has multiple or a collection of products. These types of campaigns would appear on the top of the search result, with your logo showing and a custom headline, and even showcasing multiple of your products. So having a good sponsored products campaign is good for your brand awareness and good traffic to your brand store, which also could lead to sales. The third type of Amazon campaigns is sponsored display. Now, sponsored display campaigns could be on Amazon, but also could be off Amazon. They're either on the Amazon website, or in a third-party website, or even on apps. Now, this type of campaign is the least common, but the main goal of it is to help you reach new audience on Amazon's platform and outside of Amazon's platform. These were the main three campaign types. Understanding them and seeing which campaign is best suited for you is very important for you to have successful Amazon campaigns. But it all depends on your products and your product's research and your category. But with time, these campaigns are becoming very challenging. The number one factor for that is the pay-per-click cost is becoming more expensive, especially in competitive categories. In some categories, one click can go up to $2. And if your products are not that expensive, $2 per click is a lot of money. If we compare the PPC cost to what it was in 2020, the average cost of PPC is almost double now. A click that used to be 50 cents is now $1. And this is in most categories. Now, the reason this is happening is because the number of sellers increased on Amazon during this time. So there's more and higher competition on the Amazon platform. So when all these sellers are using PPC, then the cost of PPC would be higher, because the demand of getting a click on a certain keyword is becoming higher. So Amazon would raise the cost of this click because of this competition. Now, another challenge that sellers are facing from PPC is having lower conversion rates from these campaigns. Now, there are a lot of factors for this. One of the factors is inflation. Some people are becoming really precise on what they buy and not wanting to buy unnecessary products. So even if they click on your product, the chance of them converting is becoming lower. Another factor could be that sellers are raising their prices, and this is also due to inflation, because the cost per product is also increasing, and also the cost for advertising, as we're talking about it, is increasing. So it makes sense for sellers to increase the price of their products, and when something is becoming expensive, it would have a lower conversion rate. Now, another challenge that sellers have from PPC campaigns is them falling into mistakes. Sellers that did not do their proper research before launching campaigns could fall into mistakes which result to failure. For example, setting up these ads and these ads showing to irrelevant keywords and customers. Having the campaigns showing up to the wrong target would lead to unnecessary ad spend. So you'd find your ad spending a lot of money on places that you don't want to advertise on. Another challenge for Amazon PPC campaigns is constant monitoring the campaigns and constant optimization. And if this is not done properly, this could lead to the campaign not performing with time. So some sellers would leave these campaigns running without monitoring them, which results in failure. So these are the main challenges that people are facing in Amazon PPC campaigns. So you have to find ways to overcome all these challenges. So first and foremost, you understand Amazon campaigns and how they work and how to create a good, cost-efficient campaign on Amazon. And this is through doing your proper research, understanding your product and understanding the category you're in, and finding out the best keywords and phrases to advertise on is the most important thing for doing Amazon campaigns. So if you're advertising on the wrong keywords, you're more likely to be wasting money. You also want to understand the difference between exact, phrase, and broad targeting. You also want to understand how bidding works. You want to know a good bid to have on your keywords. And this is through also doing the research. You also want to see if you want to do bidding strategies. And there are multiple bidding strategies to do on Amazon campaigns. So understanding each strategy and which one is better suited for you. So understanding campaigns and understanding how they're going to show up to customers is very important to know to understand if it's a good campaign or not. You also want to know when it's a good time to turn on and off campaigns. Whether a campaign is good to invest in, such as automatic campaigns, or if a campaign is completely wasting your money, then you should turn it off. Also, having a negative keyword list could be very important. It could prevent you spending unnecessary ad spend and putting this money into keywords that you want your product to show up in. And also doing weekly analysis of every single campaign that you have. You see the weekly spend and the weekly conversions, whether or not it's performing well. Analyzing performance is also good for future campaigns, since with time you know what keywords are good to advertise on for your product. And once you have these keywords, you'd have a list for good keywords for your product. And in future campaigns, you'd use these keywords for advertising. It also gives you an idea for bad keywords. Also, another thing that's very important is organizing your campaigns. So for example, if you have multiple campaigns for one product, you can put them all in one ad group. This would make it easier to assess this one product alone. You'd know how much it would be spending in total and how much you're getting out of these campaigns. This would also tell you your profit margin for this product. It would tell you what your profit margin is. Or even if you have multiple brands, you put all your campaigns for this brand in one ad group. This is also to tell you how much your brand is making and how much your brand is spending. There's still one very important point, and this is to have a great optimized listing with great images and a good description and a good title with great reviews, as well as having A+ content and brand story. And all these factors would decide whether or not your product would have a high conversion rate or a low conversion rate. So if you don't have a fully optimized listing and you find that you're spending a lot on ads and not getting the return that you want, you can't blame the ads, but you have to blame the listing itself. So optimizing your listing to the fullest is the priority, and then advertising on it would become easier. Price as well plays a big factor. If something is overpriced, it would lower the conversion rate. But this is what you have to do. You have to find a good price that people would convert, but keep your profit margin high. Now that you understand the challenges and ways to overcome them, I'll be telling you the benefits of having good PPC campaigns on Amazon. First and foremost, PPC campaigns would help you in conversions. Since more people are coming to your product, it becomes more likely that you're going to have more sales. It would also increase visibility for your product. So since you're doing targeted advertising, it will be shown to people who are looking for your product. And some customers might not buy from the very first time. If they see your product multiple times, then they would be convinced to buy your product. It is also important for brand awareness. So if you want your brand known to people, investing in ad spend on Amazon for your brand would make it grow with time. And of course, growing your brand would increase all your products together, because if a customer is satisfied from your service, they would end up coming back again and buying other products. Another main factor that PPC does is that it helps your product rank organically. And this is the ultimate goal for having Amazon PPC, is you want to push your product where it's in a position where it's gonna show up in multiple search results without you having to pay for every click that you receive. So you can consider PPC an investment as well. And the way that you rank up organically comes from the traffic that you're getting from the clicks and from the conversions from PPC campaigns. Also, a benefit for PPC is you'd have an edge on your competitors, because if your campaign is showing up in the top of the search results, people would see your product before they see your competitor's product. It also could give you an edge in another way. If you know your product is better than your competitors, you could have your listing show up on their listing. And once people see your listing being better, the more likely they go to your listing and buy your product instead of theirs. Finally, Amazon PPC campaigns gives you feedback. As I mentioned before, it gives you a list for all the good and bad keywords. And not only can you do new campaigns around these keywords, you can also implement these keywords on your listing to help your listing grow in Amazon SEO. So really what Amazon is doing with the campaigns is they're putting sellers in a position where they have to use Amazon campaigns to benefit their product all around. And they make it very difficult to sell on Amazon without using Amazon PPC campaigns. So this is the reality of selling on Amazon. If you really want to succeed, you have to use Amazon PPC campaigns. And if you don't use them, you would be in a disadvantage. So to answer the question if PPC are still worth it, they are only worth it if you do it the right way. So to recap everything in this video, the most important thing is to understand PPC campaigns, how they work, how to optimize them, how to analyze the results, and having the best beneficial, cost-efficient campaigns for your product. And having these campaigns would help you succeed on Amazon. I hope you found value in this video. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a consultation, please check the link below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.